Hello everybody, this is Diane. Today is a snowy Sunday. When I got home from church today, not long after I got home from church, it started to snow, and it's going to keep snowing until sometime Tuesday. So it's not snowing very heavily, but when you get snow for that long, it will accumulate, and I don't even know what the prediction is for accumulation, but I'm just going to plan on staying home for a couple of days. So I've been busy today. I had to pack orders, and I don't think I'll go to the post office until at least sometime Tuesday afternoon and maybe Wednesday morning. So I'm sorry for those of you who ordered this weekend, but you know, I don't go out when it's too snowy unless I absolutely have to. But other than that, I worked on some traveler's notebooks, and I'm going to talk in this video about collage and about Margarete Miller. But first, let me show you just a little bit of these traveler's notebook inserts that I started. I'm using TLC Creates Vintage Kit, and I forgot the name of Vintage Floral or something like that. Really beautiful kit. And I have my pages cut and selected and cut, and I spent some time today just decorating the covers. And I wanted to use some of the gorgeous trims that I just got, and I showed them to you in a recent video. So just little pieces of them, but at least I used some. So that's what I'll be working on this week. But I also decided that I wanted to follow along with Margarete Miller's collage weekly assignments. Now, Margarete Miller is a collage artist, and she has a YouTube channel, and she has a Etsy store called Mellow Miller. But I am going to link a video, one of her videos, in the description box of this video. And if you watch that video, you can follow a link that she has to her shop. Well, she's talking about, for years, she's been doing this weekly assignment for collage. And she gives you, and I've talked about it in past videos, but she gives you 5 different items, different prompts, and then there's a bonus one. So if you can't find something for one of the prompts, you can use the bonus instead. And then with these items, and you interpret them any way you want to. These are just prompts to give you inspiration. It's not like rules you have to follow. But then you take these prompts, these pieces, and put them into a collage. And she has one for every week of the month, or of the year. So that's obviously 52 weeks. Well, she's been doing that for a long time. You would go to her Facebook page, which is Vintage Glue Books and Pages Facebook group. And you could get the prompts there, and then you could see other people as they posted their collages. Well, this year she's doing something different. She will still do that. She will still post the collages week by week, but right here in my hand, I have the prompts for the entire year. So you have 3 options if you wanted to do this. Well, 4 options. One option is just go to her Facebook page every week and get the prompts. Another option is she has a spiral bound book with all the pages that you need and the prompts. So you have a spread, a 2-page spread, and on one side it's just, I think it's just all black and white, but it's got a pattern, it's got a design to it, and that's your base page for your collage. And on the other side would be this part, and then there's a space for notes. You can write about anything you wanted to there, and then there's spots for daily notes, Monday or Sunday through Saturday. So you can buy this book already made for $22.50, and if you go to her video that I'm going to link, you can find the link to her shop. And another option is you can get the download, the digital download for $10, where you could print all of those pages, both the base pages that you would collage on, and then the other page with the prompts and the calendar and note page. So you would have a 2-page spread for every week. And then you would have to bind them yourself. And then the other option is to just print the assignments. the prompts. So I was going to buy the book, but since I have so many supplies to make books with, and I figured I might as well just make what I didn't want to take the time to make a book, but I decided to go ahead and do that, and I decided to use this, and I just came to that decision today. So this was all a spur of the moment project, but I did quickly make this book cover, and I've gathered some pages, and I've decided I'll have a few extra pages, but I think I need 9 pages in each signature for 3 signatures, and then I'll have a 2-page spread for each week, and then I'll have a few extra pages so I can have a title page or whatever. So that's what I'm going to work on today. But I want to show you, I have done Margarete's challenges before, and I got these things out of my storage, my closet in here. She did different kinds of collages. So these are tags. She wanted us to, like at one point, just do little collages on playing cards or tags or whatever, just small collages, and she had a specific challenge for us to do with each of these, which I won't go into in this video because that's not what this video is about. But these are all collages that I've done from some of her challenges. And I've also done her weekly assignment with the 5 prompts. So I have done them on 5x7 cards. This one was a challenge to do a Christmas collage, I believe. This one was all white. So these weren't the weekly prompt ones. Some of these, she did a different challenge with the collage workbook. She selected some challenges out of this book and gave them to us. And they were like once a month instead of every week. So some of these are, I think that's what these all are. So these were really fun. And I have this book that I did her weekly collage challenge. So I started with challenge number 18 here, and I wrote down what the prompts were at the beginning of the book, just a few of them there, and then I wrote down here which challenge it was, so I could go back here and say, oh, that's what the prompts were, and this is what I chose. So I had a lot of fun. I filled this book right up. And I think I ended up, yeah, I put the rest of the prompts in the back of the book. There's lots, I guess I didn't fill it. I still have lots of pages left. But anyway, I did do a lot of collages in this book from her prompts. And I also did some larger ones in this book. So you can do whatever size you want. I think this was one of her prompts. And I'm pretty sure that one was. And I know this one was. And that probably. So, yeah, I've done a lot of her collage challenges, but I haven't done them in a long time. So that's what I want to do. I have some pages picked out. I have pages from this book that I'm going to include. I'm just going to cut some pages, and then I will organize them into 3 signatures of 9 pages each. Sorry, I just knocked something over and made a lot of noise. This cover measures, let's see, the front cover is about 6.5, well, front and back cover, 6.5 by 9.5. So I don't have to do anything with these, right? Yeah, it would be too, no, that wouldn't be too wide. I can leave these pages as they are. They came out of a journal. So I have some colored copy paper. So if the book is 6.5 wide, I don't need to cut this. That's a wide book. So even a scrapbook paper folded in half would be about the right size here. And it's 9.5 tall. So I don't need to cut this at all. I'll just fold it. Because this is 8.5 by 11. So when I fold it, it'll be 8.5 by 5.5. So it will definitely fit in the book. Sorry, I'm out of camera. I'm pretty excited about doing this, so whenever I get the book put together, I don't have to do any decorating, obviously. I just have to get my pages cut and put into signatures and then sew them in. So hopefully I'll have it done by tomorrow night anyway. And then I can catch up on collages, and then maybe on the weekends I will make sure I take time to do a collage. I remember sometimes what took the longest when I was doing these on a regular basis was just looking for the items to go along with the prompt. This is from a budget book. Sometimes that took the longest, and I would pull out several selections to go with each prompt because I didn't know how the collage was going to go, so maybe something I pulled wouldn't work, but another option that I pulled would for each prompt. And then if I didn't, whatever I didn't use, I would put away. So let's see. I'm gonna cut this at 6 inches. This is a folio page. And I'll cut it at 9 inches high. I brought in some straw paper. I thought, well, that might be extravagant. Straw paper is expensive, but this is my collage book, and when I collage on straw paper pages, I will leave some of the straw paper showing. Guess I don't need to cut that part down. I got the straw paper from Rachel, Roxy Creations on YouTube. She lives in Italy, and this is Italian paper. Let's see how many pages I have so far. There's one. Is that the only page? I only got one page out of that book. 2. Well, 3. 4. I'm counting them in threes because one for each signature. 5. 6. Oh, I have way too much. I want some scrapbook paper. And I've got a lot of book pages, so some of those pages that I just prepared are not going to be used because I want to use some book pages. For my end papers, I took 2 of the beautiful pages from this book. Again, the colors are just so lovely in this book, and I'm really glad that I didn't get rid of it like I almost did because I just thought it wasn't in good enough shape. But I couldn't get rid of it because I just loved it. So I'm glad I kept it. Yes, this is what I want to do. I want to cut it to 9 inches. I want to have at least one scrapbook paper in each signature. It will probably be the cover page because it will be the biggest page, probably. And all the other ones can hide inside it. Now let's pick out a few book pages. And I guess I'll have enough. I have this one, which is a very sturdy end paper from a children's book. Just cut off the rough edge and cut it to 12 inches. This is another end paper. Oh no, it's not. I don't know if I'll use that one. I got a music page from a children's songbook. So if you want to follow along, you don't even have to do them in a book. You can get a composition book. I couldn't find the measurements for the book that she was using. I think it's a little smaller than the one I'm going to be using. So I'm hoping that my book isn't going to be too big, you know, for me to make a nice collage. But I figure if I don't like it, if I think that it's too big, I can make something smaller and I can use this one for something else. What is there to lose? So anyway, if you wanted to follow along with this and just go to her website or her Facebook page and get the prompts, you can do them on index cards or little notebooks like I did, or whatever you want to do. Some people like to use Rolodex cards. They are quite small, but using a Rolodex card and then keeping them in your Rolodex holder is fun. That was a map book page, and this is a typing textbook page. I tried to go with kind of neutral backgrounds. I think the map will be a fun background. And it doesn't have to compete too much with what you're doing on the front. In fact, some of the prompts will probably be a map or a place. I remember that being a hard one for me. If the prompt said a place, I had a hard time with that one. But a map could certainly work for that. So I have more pages here than I need. This is another end page. So let's just see what happens if I try to gather these up into signatures. I put all the book pages there, end papers here, scrapbook paper. These are the journal pages, and I think I really do want to put these cookbook pages inside my journal. And I do want to use a straw paper. So I'll take that. 1, 2, put something plain in between here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's one signature. It's going to look like a really skinny book, but when I start gluing on the pages, filling them up with collage, it will fill right up. I put a 2-inch spine on it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have, oh, I didn't put straw paper in there. I want straw paper in there. Take this one out and put this one in. So I do have some smaller pages. So I can do some smaller collages, and I don't have to do them in order. So if I have something that would work on a smaller page or a larger page or a page with a map background or whatever, I can skip to that page and just glue my prompt on that page. So I won't go through and glue my prompts in yet. I'll just keep them in an envelope or something. So all I have to do now is sew these signatures in, and I've got my book ready and waiting. And maybe next weekend I can at least start catching up. I wouldn't have to do 5 pages all at once to catch up. I could do 3 and then do 3 the next week. And then I would be caught up. Then I could just do 1 a week. But I find that once I start, I want to keep going. So I don't mind doing catch up. I hope that this inspires you to do something fun and different. If you haven't tried collage work before, Margarete has a lot of fun videos on collage. I love to do collage, and I have some videos also of collage. So maybe maybe I'll link a couple of my videos. I don't know if I'll be able to find them, but I should probably put together a playlist of my collage videos. I noticed after I glued this together that I had this ribbon on pretty crooked. You can see when it's closed, but it's just my book, so I don't care. So I'm excited to get started in this. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you are have had a creative weekend. It's almost over now, and I hope you have a creative week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.